Previously, Donatello's mishap causes Bane to appear in the Turtles' world, with Batman and Damian following. Damian and Raphael get off to a rocky start, and now the whole gang faces off against Bane and his new army of the Foot Clan. The story opens in the Turtles' lair, where their portal machine sits dormant. Casey checks the satellite alignment and complains he's getting total silence. He asks April if the portal is ready. She jokes the interdimensional tech is easier than working a radio. Casey grows nervous, calling into the mic. Puck Dropper to Purple Nurple. Donnie, do you read me? April reassures him, but Casey worries. Donnie's tech never fails. Well, usually. He stares into the machine and mutters, wherever they are, I hope they're okay. Batman, Robin, and the Turtles are surrounded by venom-amped foot soldiers, with Bane, Bebop, and Rocksteady at the front. Bane declares they stand encircled by a perimeter of unending strength, and asks if they will kneel. Batman whispers for the team not to move. He has a plan. Mikey mutters about Bane sounding like William Protein Shakespeare. Bebop and Rocksteady mock the heroes, bragging that no amount of angry faces will save them. Bebop pokes Damian in the chest and calls him a baby. Damian quietly counts down with his fingers. 4, 3, 2... Bebop laughs, until he notices the explosive charge clipped to his venom line. Damian finishes the countdown with 1, and the charge detonates. Bebop shrieks, "My juice! That little punk broke my juice!" Batman snaps. Damian just lit the powder keg. Full offensive maneuvers, now. The fight explodes. Bane withdraws his earlier offer and orders. Crush them, all of them. We shall scatter their ashes over Gotham. In the chaos, Donnie's bow staff snaps. Splinter tells him his staff is only a tool, not your greatest asset. Batman and Robin bind Bebop and Rocksteady with steel wire, but the two brutes rip out of it effortlessly. Batman realizes this venom strain is stronger than any they have faced. Robin begs to switch to Plan B, hit it until it dies. Batman refuses. They need precision. Bane grabs Raphael, boasting about the control he holds. Raph fires back. For a jacked-up baby-headed vein hoarder, you talk more than you fight. Raphael then slashes Bane's face and knees him, but it barely affects him. Bane slams Raph into a wall and then lifts him overhead, preaching about the lessons of surviving prison. Batman and Splinter watch in horror as Bane prepares to break Raphael's back. Splinter bursts through foot soldiers to save his son. He boots Bane in the face, forcing him to drop Raphael. He chastises Bane for mistaking theatrics for strength. Bane snarls that Splinter's kind belongs in history's waste. Splinter dodges him easily, insisting that overconfidence will be Bane's downfall. As Splinter climbs onto Bane and damages one of his venom pipes, declaring lesson learned, he rushes to Raphael, urging him to speak. Raph weakly whispers, Look out. Bane recovers, grabs Splinter by the legs, and slams him violently into a wall. Splinter cries out to the Turtles, "Run, my sons, run." The structure begins collapsing. Splinter urges them back. The heroes rush forward, but debris drops between them. Leonardo insists they can still reach him. Suddenly, the ceiling caves in. Stockman screams for help until Bane bellows, "Silence, Stockman." Dust settles over the rubble burying Splinter. Donnie screams, "Father, no!" They all start digging. Damian orders, "We dig. Everyone together, now." As they dig desperately, Raphael urges everyone to push. Mikey yells they're coming for Splinter. On the opposite side of the rubble, Bane watches them with fury. Stockman nervously mutters about preserving Venom, leaving to fight later. Bane turns away, tired of the game. He'll grow stronger while the mutants scramble like insects. Donnie finally finds Splinter. He's alive, but unresponsive. "Help me move him," he begs. Back at the lair, Splinter lies unconscious in a makeshift bed. April explains he's in a deep coma, and they're keeping him stable with IV fluids. Damian apologizes for his recklessness. Raphael blames himself instead. Leonardo admits Bane is unlike anything they have faced. Donnie asks how they are supposed to beat something like him. Batman calls Bane a perfect predator, a natural disaster. Robin argues they have beaten Bane before. Batman warns this is a new, untested strain, and an entire army is using it this time. Michelangelo tries to cheer the room up. Splinter taught them to fight with their big old brains. Donnie snaps. Splinter nearly died using mind over matter. They threw everything at Bane and barely made a dent. He says they need new tools, something Bane won't expect. He reveals a stolen canister of venom. Damien is horrified. Leo calls it venom, not salvation. Donnie insists he can synthesize it. April calls the idea crazy. Ralph calls it necessary. He argues they can't face Bane with their old tricks. Batman steps in sharply. They don't understand venom the way he does. It destroys the mind and soul. Leo sides with Batman, telling Donnie he doesn't need to blame himself. They need Donnie as he is, brilliant. He storms off. Raph stops Leo from chasing him. Damien remarks that for swamp-dwelling reptiles raised in the sewers, they are surprisingly emotional. Mikey skillfully reminds Batman that every strategy meeting needs at least 30 pizzas. Batman stares at Splinter, haunted by memories of Bane's destruction. Leonardo admits he hates Bane. Batman reassures him. Splinter is stronger than any warrior he's met, and Bane has never faced a family like theirs. In a hidden base, Karai strategizes. The Foot have failed. The new leader, the masked Leviathan, is recruiting every criminal organization. He's taken control of Foot operations and ordered a gathering in 3 days. A soldier hesitates at first, but then reveals the base isn't a secret. We see why. Venom-enhanced Foot soldiers drape a massive Bane mask over the Statue of Liberty. Bane himself stands on top and declares, "New York City, look upon my works and despair." The turtles sleep while Donnie sneaks away with the venom. In the strategy room, Leonardo studies maps with Batman, overwhelmed by the puzzle. Batman calms him. Every advantage counts. He explains how they'll funnel Bane using subway routes and choke points. Meanwhile, Donnie walks into the subway tunnels, apologizing to his brothers before injecting himself with the venom. His body convulses and expands as the drug takes hold. On rooftops, Venom Foot elites gather, preparing for a citywide assault. One announces their orders, conquer the police precincts. Another reports their base has been compromised. The elites mock the claim, until Donnie's voice emerges from the shadows. "You really want to know?" Donnie, now enormous and fully venom-amped, smashes through them. He tosses Foot soldiers aside like paper, declaring, "I think you need to redefine overwhelming strength." Donatello crushes through more Foot elites, declaring them weak and brittle, no different from all the hideouts he's already torn apart. He tells the remaining elite he's hunted them down to finish this once and for all. The Foot warns him he doesn't understand what he's playing with. Donnie's eyes glow red as he steps forward, vowing no more tricks, no more games. He will tear them limb from limb. Batman and Leonardo crash through a window, kicking Donnie aside before he murders the elite. Batman orders him to stand down. Leo pleads it's for Donnie's own good. Donnie snarls that he had the elite cornered. Furious, they interfered. The elite flees out a window, promising Bane will make them pay. Donnie blames Batman and Leo for letting him escape and takes off after him. Batman warns the venom is corrupting Donnie's mind. Leo begs him to stop. Batman insists Donnie is losing control and Bane would rip him apart in this state. Donnie spins back towards them, threatening to tear them in two. He slams Leonardo into a wall. Batman dodges, telling him the venom is feeding his rage and he has to see past it, or they'll be forced to stop him. Donnie throws them both aside, ranting that they can't do anything to him. Leo mutters he had always assumed Raph had the worst temper, until now. Back in the lair, Damien sits quietly by Splinter. Raphael sits beside him, exhausted and defeated. Robin attempts to apologize, but Raph cuts him off, saying he's only tolerating him out of respect for Splinter. Damien admits he knows rage. He was raised by killers, shaped by it, and explains Batman is the one who pulled him towards the light. He recognizes Splinter does the same for Raph. Raph admits April said Splinter might not make it. Damien responds that's exactly why he needs Raph to come with him immediately. At the portal, April, Casey, and Mikey wait tensely. April says they're almost ready once they make contact. Mikey jitters nervously, insisting this feels like a video game, and begging April to tell him it'll work. She can't. They can only hope. The radio bursts to life. Batgirl reports their portal is ready but can only stay open a few minutes before system failure. Raphael walks in carrying Splinter's unconscious body, Damian beside him. The portal flares on. Raphael promises Splinter, "We'll fix this." They step through to Batgirl and Nightwing on the other side. Damian tells Casey, "When my father returns, tell him we won't be late." Leonardo and Batman continue fighting Venom-amped Donatello. Leo tries to reason with him, calling him Donnie, not the monster he's acting like. Donnie retorts Leo just liked him weaker. He claims he doesn't need his brothers anymore. Leo asks what Splinter would think, but Donnie fires back that Splinter can't think, and it's his fault. Batman warns revenge never fixes anything. Donnie accuses them of not understanding what it's like to know exactly how to win a fight, but be too weak to do it. He says he can finally do everything on his own now. Batman warns this path only spirals into chaos for everyone around him. Batman presses. Bane's siege is already underway. Liberty Island has fallen, and the city will soon be kneeling. Bane's broadcast will make people crave Venom, turning them into addicts loyal to him. This new strain acts fast and is dangerously addictive. Bane will use it to enslave the city. Batman tells Donnie they didn't just come to pull him off a bad path. They came because they need him. They need a genius. Donnie rejects him, insisting they fear his power. He calls his old self pitiful and threatens Leo again. Leo begs Batman to face the truth. Donnie's gone too far. Donnie warns Leo to back off or get hurt. Batman insists Donnie is still inside there somewhere. The Venom is only magnifying his pain and frustration. Leo says they need the final trick. Batman should show him the formula. In the Lazarus Pit chamber under Gotham, Nightwing and Batgirl work with Damian and Raphael to lower Splinter into the green waters. Damian warns Raphael the pit will heal Splinter's body, but ravage his mind. The madness could last hours or days. Raphael insists his father is the greatest ninja he's ever known. Nightwing tells them to prepare for anything. Shadows of Man-Bat ninjas stretch across the cave walls. In the fight against Donnie, Batman projects a hologram of the Venom formula. Donnie snaps that he already knows the molecular structure, but Batman says he's not a brute, he's a scientist. Leo urges Donnie to look closer. He's the only one who understands Stockman's chemistry. Donnie examines it and realizes the Venom is dying. Stockman's variant uses an unstable chain, meaning an inhibitor could flush it out of hosts in minutes. Leo tells him this is where they need him, his mind, not just his fists. On Liberty Island, Bebop brags from the battlements that chaos is coming. Bane sits on a throne over the Statue of Liberty's crown, telling Stockman that first impressions matter. He declares New York's peace is fleeting. Soon they will beg for his Venom. Stockman holds a camera. Lights, camera, action. At the Turtles' lair, Mikey plays an arcade cabinet when the others return. Raphael, Damian, Splinter, Nightwing, Batgirl, April, and Casey. Mikey yelps, seeing Splinter awake. Robin proudly says his plan worked perfectly, despite the chaos. Then, Batman, Leo, and Giant Venom Donnie enter. Casey stares at Donnie's size. Oh, holy crap. Mikey asks Donatello what workout plan he's on. Batman says it's not a plan he wants to try. Leo reassures everyone that the Venom is temporary. Mikey freaks out about super magic muscle potions. Splinter bows to Batman, thanking him for saving his son. Batman bows back. Batgirl and Nightwing introduce themselves to the rest of the crew. Leo asks about the Lazarus Pit. Batman warns the pit is as dangerous as it is miraculous. In a flashback, we see a raving, feral Splinter tearing through hordes of Man-Bat ninjas, destroying them with terrifying efficiency. In the present, Splinter smiles innocently and claims Zen meditation helped him push through the madness. The TV flicks on. Bane addresses New York. Mikey whispers for Leo to hand him the remote calmly. Bane's face fills every screen in the city. He calls himself a hurricane of change, a force no one could have foreseen, and declares New York a prison. He tells citizens he can offer freedom through strength, his strength. If they join him at Liberty Island, he will give them power. If they don't, they will be trampled. I will inhale the dust from your bones. Donnie explains he has engineered an antivenom gas through reverse chemical engineering. Deploy it citywide and Bane's entire army will collapse. Mikey can't stop staring at Donnie's muscles. Damien clarifies the plan. Walk into a horde of superhumans, toss a gas bomb, and hope it works out. Batgirl warns Donnie he'll be the first one to revert. Donnie agrees. It's necessary. He sprays himself, screaming as the venom rapidly leaves his system. He shrinks back to normal size, exhausted, but himself again. Nightwing points out they still can't defeat the Foot with that power, unless they turn them. Batman agrees. They need someone stronger than Bane. So let's find that someone. Crowds flood ferries towards Liberty Island under Bebop, Rocksteady, and Foot supervision. Bebop mocks the masses. Rocksteady gives sarcastic announcements like a ride operator. Bebop welcomes them to the newest York. Among the crowd, Karai and the loyal Foot soldiers hide in plain clothes. At Rikers Island prison, guards lie unconscious as Batman walks towards Shredder's cell carrying a bag of armor. He tosses it inside. Shredder lifts the mask and calmly says he wondered when Batman would come for him. Atop the Statue of Liberty, Bane makes proclamations about his army and destiny. Stockman panics as he spots a turtle blimp approaching. Donnie flies it alone, acknowledging stealth isn't an option when charging a 600-pound luchador who put his own face on the Statue of Liberty. Stockman warns Bane. Bane barely reacts. He expected their arrival. Foot ninjas hook the blimp, and Donnie prepares for Phase 1. Inside the cramped turtle fan, everyone is squished together. Raph complains Donnie's out there alone. Mikey says it's still better than being sardined in here. Leo says patience. He believes in Donnie. Meanwhile, Donnie detaches in a smaller glider, beginning evasive maneuvers. An elite lands on the glider, telling Donnie height won't save him. Donnie dodges, but the controls are shredded. Fan-freaking-tastic. The glider spins out of control. The elite promises Donnie's death will reign over Liberty Island. Donnie sprays him with the antivenom gas. The elite shrinks midair. Furious, he claims the concoction won't stop the entire army. Donnie activates a gadget and smirks that the elite depended on poison more than Donnie ever depended on tech. The turtle blimp erupts in a controlled explosion, releasing a massive cloud of antivenom gas over Liberty Island. Donnie streaks downward on a rocket-powered sled, shouting, "Now tell me again what a real ninja looks like." Below, Bebop screams as his muscles begin shrinking. Rocksteady panics, feeling his strength draining. Inside the van, April sees the signal, the moment Donnie planned. She slams the vehicle forward, crashing it out of a ferry as Casey yells, "Go, go, go!" Casey announces the gas is working, but they have less than 2 minutes before the Foot regain their lethal strength. Damien casually says he only needs one. Casey is not reassured. In the throne room, Stockman comments on the turtles mounting a great offense. Bane cuts him off, calling him an insect. Bane marvels at his amassed army, swearing the city belongs to him from the sky to the pavement. Batman emerges at the staircase, telling Bane he made himself easy to find. Bane welcomes him, confident Batman can't stop the inevitable alone. Batman smirks. "You're forgetting something, Bane." Batman, Splinter, and Shredder leap together towards Bane. Batman shouts, "It's not your army." Shredder finishes, "It is mine." Below, Karai leads her loyal Foot, noting that the antivenom side effects are ending and time is short. Rocksteady barks at a soldier to snap out of it, insisting they can still fight. Bebop vows revenge for his lost, beautiful pecs. Karai's Foot clash with Bane's forces. The turtle fan joins in, unleashing firepower. Casey warns they're coming in hot. Mikey pops out of the fan hatch, ecstatic. "I've always wanted to do this." Damien smugly replies he remembers his first time. As the heroes leap from the fan, Damien calls, "Time to fly." April watches with awe. "Okay, I can't even lie. That is awesome." The heroes hit the battlefield firing electric zap guns. Mikey yells, "Action movie speeding car jump." Donnie asks the Foot if they missed their enhancements yet. Mikey praises Donnie's tech as killer. Batgirl admits, even next to Batman's engineering, Donnie's work impresses. Donnie says it feels good fighting with his brain instead of toxin-fueled rage. Damien says he agrees, despite the non-lethal limitation. Batgirl teases him that they don't want him enjoying this too much. April opens a gate, freeing civilians. Casey demands they hurry. The island is getting worse by the second. Inside the throne room, Batman, Shredder, and Splinter take on Bane together. As they slice open his tubes, Bane tries to strike back. Splinter urges Bane to be open-minded and to accept the truth, to be open to defeat, for his own sake. He also reminds Shredder that Bane can only be defeated through cooperation. Outside, Batgirl admits the foot are still terrifying even without Venom. Kara insists her loyal foot are stronger and will prove it. Donnie shouts for everyone to keep fighting. April continues evacuating civilians. Casey stresses they have to get everyone off the island now. Back at the statue, the trio continue attacking Bane. Batman orders more coordinated strikes. They kick Bane simultaneously, sending him crashing fully outside. Bane falls from the structure and lands hard on the ground. As he rises, calling the hero's attack desperation on display, he summons Bebop and Rocksteady, commanding them to attention. Bebop whispers that Bane looks rough. Rocksteady says they'll hit back twice as hard. Bane rallies his army, telling them New York is already in their palms. He issues the kill order. Kill Batman. Kill the Turtles. Kill them all. Splinter, Batman, and Shredder head towards the hole in the statue wall. Stockman backs away when he sees them. Splinter questions his loyalty. Shredder threatens him plainly. Shredder steps into the opening and proclaims to the foot below that they have worshipped a false messiah. He declares Bane cannot and will not succeed, ordering all loyal foot to go to Karai now. Bebop sees the soldiers reacting. He's got them all by the throats. Rocksteady notes that they seem to be listening. Bane calls them fools and promises neither side matters. He cannot be stopped. He grants Bebop and Rocksteady clemency and warns them not to disappoint him. Batman acknowledges Shredder's loyalty. Shredder says the foot have shown weakness, and he will deal with them later. Donnie, elsewhere, turns a dial and mutters it's time to turn things up. All the heroes, Batman, Splinter, Shredder, Leo, Donnie, Mikey, Raph, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Damian, leap at Bane, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Batman declares, "This ends now, Bane, right here." Bane replies, "Yes, for you." Rocksteady warns the heroes they are not backing down. Nightwing kicks Bebop and says, "Told ya." Donnie orders everyone to focus fire on Bane. Bane calls their zap guns a mere annoyance. While the others keep Bebop and Rocksteady busy, Batman, Splinter, and Shredder pummel Bane. Bane claims their numbers don't impress him. Batman dodges and shouts for Donnie. Donnie appears with a tranquilizer cannon. "You're an animal, Bane, but animals can be put down." He unleashes a barrage of darts. Bane insists his strength runs deeper than Venom. He stands at the top of the food chain. But he weakens, stumbles. Donnie calls out, "Hard to wax poetic with half a liter of elephant trunk pumping through you, huh?" Bane collapses. Donnie shouts, "Timber! Night-night, Banesy." Surrounded, Bebop and Rocksteady try to switch sides. "We were moles all along, see?" Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder are handcuffed and led back to the turtle fan. Batman tells Shredder the lines between them blurred today, but prison still awaits him. Shredder accepts this. Donnie announces the fan is loaded and he's ready to leave the city. Inside the turtle's lair, Bane is chained to a reinforced metal bed as Nightwing and Casey tighten the restraints. The team stands near the portal device. Raphael asks if Shredder really volunteered to return to prison. Batman says Shredder has a sense of honor and they had an arrangement. Mikey demands details. Batman explains Shredder only agreed to help under one condition. In a flashback, we see Batman and Shredder clash in the Rikers Island prison. For the rematch Shredder demanded. Mikey is horrified Batman agreed to a duel. Donnie admits he hid a stun taser in Shredder's helmet as backup. He apologizes again for everything. Batman tells him he has nothing to apologize for. Donnie has emerged stronger and only he can take credit for that. Raphael ruffles Damian's hair goodbye. Damian threatens him. The portal activates. Donnie warns they must hurry with Bane before it closes and thanks Batman. Batman says, "Take care of yourselves. Until next time." Later, Donnie finds a note on his desk. Batman left him the official Robin training protocol. Donnie excitedly announces it to his brothers. They immediately beg him to share it. The story ends with them calling his name as he tries to escape with the note. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment your favorite moment down below. I'll see you next time on Superhero Explained.